The following is a presentation of the Flex Radio.
It's the interview sessions.
The interview sessions. In conjunction with the Flex Radio.
The team of Giovanni Jackson and David L. David
bring you the latest in entertainment news.
Featuring exclusive interviews with some of your favorite TV, movie, and sports world figures.
Giovanni and David are what's in.
Keeping you entertained with their chemistry and comical personalities.
The interview sessions.
Tune in weekly as they bring you new episodes you don't want to miss.
Please like, subscribe, and download.
It's the interview sessions. The interview sessions with Giovanni Jackson and David L. David.
Do you remember first time you heard the legend in leather? The career ended with the roadkill and stopped to his fender. I'm on another bender, drunk off the power that make a coward surrender as I devour contenders. Talking foul of whoever, your head is about to get severed. Then about to with pleasure, I'm pouring out, I'm a redder. Homies, I won't forget them, so tap
Yo, that is the new LL Cool J and Eminem. Yo, this is your man. This is David L. David. And this is the Flex Radio. And I am here today with my lovely co-hoster. And I'm her co-host. And she goes by the name of Giovanni Jackson.
What's up? Flex Radio.
You know, but where's Zoe? I mean, Zoe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's poppin'? All right, so the crew is on. The crew is on. Yo, this is your man, David O. David, and yes, this is the Flex Radio, man. I'm here today with my lovely co-host. She goes by the name of Giovanni Jackson.
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What's good in the hood? And Zoe, what's popping, man? How's it out there in the Las of the Vegases?
Well, it was trying to cool off, but it's starting to heat up a little bit. But,
so cool off is like what,
it's not
89, 92? What is cool off to Vegas?
94.
Oh, okay.
94, that's cool for right
yeah,
now.
yeah, right. Yeah, man.
It was
yeah.
hot out here too, though, but it was crazy because like this morning, I was like, "Oh, my arm hurts."
Right.
And
we're weather people now because I told Giovanni, I said, hey, it's probably going to rain today because my back is hurting. And she was like, well, my elbows hurt. I'm like, yeah, we're at their age. We're our parents. That's what we are, our grandparents.
But you know what? My dad never complained about stuff like that, though.
Shoot, I do. Man, shoot, stuff be hurting. It be hurting.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but I had one of those grandmothers who had a pill for everything. You know, my grandmother lived in Flint, Michigan on Coldwater Road, and anytime you got sick, that was the pharmacy before all the pharmacies came out. There was no CVS, no Walgreens yet, no Rite Aids, none of that. It was grandma's house. Yep.
My grandmother would roll up with herbs.
Herbs. Wow.
Her herb bag.
Yeah, smoke this.
No, she like boils.
They had
stuff.
a lot of
Right.
ointments.
Yeah, exactly. Castor oil, cod liver oil.
Used to have
just
you smelling like
nasty.
mothballs.
Yep. Now they got black seed oil. I'm like, yo, you trying to kill us to health? What's going on here?
Oh my goodness, those were the
crazy.
days.
I
Yeah.
always thought that
Those
word
were
was
the
funny, ointments.
days.
Yeah, man, those were the days. But, you know, we're here today. September, the end of September of 2024. This is crazy, man. And you know what September is? September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month.
Yep.
So I had to go into the archives. I had to hello, may I speak to Stacey, please? And Stacey said, hello. And I said, Stacey, we need you to be on the Flex Radio. Yeah, there she goes. We need you to be on the Flex Radio. So Stacey and I have known each other since 1976, 7, 8, one of those years.
Shut your mouth. I'm not that old.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not that old.
You're just a year younger than I am, I think. So yes, you are.
Okay, truth be told.
Yeah, if my kids call me old man, then guess what? Yeah, but we've known each other, for a very long time. Grew up in the same neighborhood, Corona, Queens, New York. Hold on one second, because every time I say something that we kind of, I don't know. Where's it at, Giovanni? There it is. It's right there. It's on Queens, New York. Up in the hizzy. Yeah. So, the funny thing is, Stacey, I just went back to the neighborhood the other day. I went to Corona. I walked by 143, didn't recognize nothing. Before I used to recognize people, the leaves, the trees, the pavement.
It's a whole new world.
Nothing. Yep, nothing. And I was like, that is a trip, man. They even move how do you move the handball courts? Like, who does that? Who moves handball courts and puts them behind something now? That was so crazy to me.
That's jacked up. Why they do that?
I guess people still play handball.
Yeah, they play it over there, but now they got to play it behind that. I mean, how do you move handball courts? First of all, how do you make handball courts? That's what I need to know. Like, that must be just two slabs. They just come and drop down in the ground. Because we didn't know, because, we moved to that area in 1973, and them handball courts were already there. So it's not like I can say, oh, yeah, I seen them put that down. No, them handball courts were already there, and I want to YouTube that. Like, how the hell do you ground handball courts? Any handball court makers out there listening to us, please let us know.
Contact Zoe.
Yep. And they got, matter of fact, they got that is Zoe at theflexradio.com. They got handball courts in Venice Beach too. It's like, I think we played like the same games in like certain hoods, but I don't think y'all played, y'all definitely didn't play no Manhunt and no Skelly. I don't think y'all played that.
Oh, Skelly. Yeah, Skelly was a game.
Missing, son. Yeah, we played Skelly, Manhunt. Manhunt that was our cops and robbers game.
Oh, wow.
I remember Manhunt.
Right. Yep.
Did you guys play tetherball?
What the hell?
It's like a pole.
Tetherball.
A pole with the rope.
I know what you're talking about, but no, we didn't play. That was the bougie people.
No, we didn't. That's not New York.
Yeah,
Get it right. I'm Bougetta. Get it right.
Yes, new flavor ice cream. Giovanni, a.k.a. Bougetta. Hey, can I get a pint of Bougetta?
I love it.
Yo, me and Giovanni are crazy. I don't know, man. Like, we talked about it. Like, if me and Giovanni had a baby, boy, that baby would be a cute little thing, but it'd be a little crazy little bastard too.
Nuts.
Man, just all kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Talking about, Mama, what you say?
Daddy, what you say? Yep. Yeah, man.
That's good, crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we have fun.
Yeah,
it's all indie fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so Stacey, so, I know you have a story to tell. Of course,
yes, sir.
Personally, we know one another, but I need you to tell the world, about you and what you've been dealing with since you were a child, right? So yeah. So
yep.
tell us your story.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello, everybody. First, thank you for having me, David. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking me back on that walk down memory lane. And and Giovanni, thank you so much as well for having me. And so everyone is just so gracious. I appreciate you guys. And yes, it is September Sickle Cell Awareness Month. I call myself a sickle cell warrior, self-proclaimed sickle cell warrior, because I battle sickle cell every day. For those listening who do not know what it is, sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder, and it's pretty much when your red blood cells that carry oxygen to the rest of the body, they are not round in shape as they should be. They're actually shaped like a sickle cell, which gives the name for the illness, sickle cell. And what that does, it causes an issue as they move around the body. They die a lot sooner than regular red blood cells, and as they move around, they get caught in like the veins in your inside your body, and what it does is it sets an effect where it causes severe pain. Some people may have heard of the term sickle cell crisis. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but it gives you what's called a sickle cell crisis, which is pretty much a whole lot of pain, just basically a whole lot of pain. And as David already gave my age away, so I'll let you know. I'm 52, and I will be, God willing, 53 October 9th. David, aren't you October baby as well?
October 3rd in
Are you
Hizzy.
October
That's
baby?
right, baby. Libra.
That's right, I thought so. Big up, big up.
That's
Yes,
right.
October 9th. Yeah, and I'm very thankful. Every day is a blessing. Sickle cell is an invisible disease, so a lot of people that are walking around, I get a lot from people that that say, "Oh, well, you don't look sick," and I may not, but nobody wants to really look sick anyway. But I'm thankful that I don't look like what I've been through. But sickle cell is a very serious illness. Some of the symptoms are like the incredible pain bouts that I told you, the sickle cell crisis. And you can have a stroke from sickle cell, organ damage, and it can be fatal. As a matter of fact, when my parents found out, because I was only a baby when my parents learned that I had it, and I'm the last of seven siblings. So the last of their children, I'm the only one who have sickle cell, because out of 1 in 4 pregnancies, you're 1 out of 4 pregnancies you can have a sickle baby. So I'm the only one in my family with sickle cell. We never knew anything about it. My family never knew about sickle cell. Like so many people who are told that their children have sickle cell, sometimes even till today, like they may have heard about it, but not necessarily know exactly what it does and how it affects people. And back then, the doctors told my parents, don't expect me to be around even to make it to be a teen. And I tell people, not only did I survive being a teen, I'm raising 2 children, which I was also told that I would never have children. So I have a teen myself, a 17-year-old, and I have a 25-year-old. So my faith is everything. I know God is good, and I give it all to Him for those blessings.
Wow.
I hope that
Wow.
It
answered the
did.
question about sickle cell. Yeah,
I have a question maybe you can answer. Um,
sure.
is it possible I think I may have heard that you can have the gene but never get the sickle cell, or have you heard of that
You're probably
before?
referring to the trait,
The trait.
sickle cell
Yes.
trait.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, so what sickle cell trait is? Sickle cell trait is the gene, the single gene, where that's how I got sickle cell. What happens if two people carrying the sickle cell trait get together and have a kid, have a child? That's what is out of 1 in 4 chances for each pregnancy you may have a kid with sickle cell. So
Mm.
people say the trait, and even doctors who, you know, even doctors will say, "Oh, don't be concerned if you have the trait." To a certain degree, but people with the trait are affected, and some of the symptoms from the trait can be serious. So it is a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of stigmas and misinformation. And as an advocate and warrior, that's why I take it very serious to get out and, set the record straight and let people know. Because you don't want to say, well, doctors, like I said, they'll tell people, oh, you have a sickle cell trait, there's nothing to worry about. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of doctors out there that don't study or specialize in sickle cell treatment.
Hmm.
So they may have heard that from the years, but as the years went on, they found, people with the trait do suffer things like, if you do have the trait, I tell people make sure you get annual eye exams, because you can
Hmm.
go blind from the trait.
Oh
You can go
wow.
blind from the sickle cell trait.
Oh my God.
Yes, and there's also a disease of the kidney where it's very aggressive, and people a cancer, I'm sorry, of the kidney, where it's very aggressive with people with the sickle cell trait. So that's something else I tell people to look out if you have a sickle cell trait. Your eye exams, make sure your kidney is checked into, like, if you have, symptoms and you're not sure, like, just make sure you tell whoever's treating you that you do have a sickle cell trait whenever you go to the doctor. So um, those are some of the things. And also, there's death related symptoms from sickle cell trait for people who are uh, very athletic, or there's been cases where football players and different athletes have lost their lives, like after engaging in sports, or over exercising without being sufficiently hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the trait and you're athletic, and you don't even have to be like an athlete. I did hear of one case where a person, just like somebody who just loves to keep in shape, and
Mm-hmm.
they went for an exam to be a police officer, and during that exam they lost their lives after, because they had the sickle cell trait and they weren't sufficiently hydrated.
Oh my
So if you do
God.
have a trait, you may hear that. Don't worry, because doctors will tell you you only need to be concerned when you're planning on having children, that your mate doesn't have the trait as well, so the child doesn't have a chance of coming out with the disease. But outside of that, there is serious concerns, as I told you, from having a sickle cell trait.
Wow. That
Wow,
is
that's wild.
crazy.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. So, like, when you have sickle cell, okay, is there certain like
hmm
medications you have to take on a regular basis? Like, what does that look like for the management of the pain that you get? You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Good question. Yes, there's certain preventative medications, like or that helps with controlling, like folic acid is something that I have to take every day. Um, and that's a vitamin that helps with your bilirubin and your liver, which that affects you as well with the sickle cell disease. Um, there's different medications now. For a number of years until recently, there was only one medication to treat sickle cell, and that was hydroxyurea, which is a chemotherapy.
Mm.
And I'm currently on. Well, they just put me back on hydroxyurea because I was having like a lot of issues with pain. So I'm back taking I'm back to taking that chemotherapy pill, but for many years that was the only thing that we had. In the recent years, there's a few new medications that help, and people are, benefiting from that. But there's still a lot of hurdles as far as like getting something that works for everyone, because a lot of times with any medication you take it for one thing, and sometimes you get other things start happening, side effects, not to
Right.
scare anyone or anything, but you want to we want to have something, um as we're looking for a universal cure, is what the term is, because you may have even heard that there's a cure for sickle cell, and some people have been cured under bone marrow transplant
Mm-hmm.
and what's called gene editing, where they take your DNA and they kind of fix it and then put it back inside you, and it
Wow.
changes your yeah,
I
so,
didn't know I could do
yeah, yeah, but those are very, it's not simple, like, because sometimes people would tell me, like, won't you just go get the cure? Isn't there a cure? But with that, you have to get, yes, you have to go on chemotherapy, and they shut down your entire immune system.
Oh
to
my.
do this because you
Yeah.
need a clean slate.
Yeah.
And then what they do is they insert the new, DNA to fix corrected cells. So in order to go through that, you really it's very serious, and people have lost their lives
Oh
by
my
going that route
gosh.
as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
and for the pain treatment, of course, we take different narcotic medication when we're in severe crisis. So we have a lot of stigmas involved in like people showing up black and in pain in a ER, and then you're categorized as a drug seeker just from
Right, right.
being born with an illness that you know you had
Control
no
over.
control
Yeah.
over, a choice about having this illness, and you go to the medical, the hospital wanting help, and then people have been treated very badly, like because they think that you're there just for the drug. Um, so much, like I said, information that needs to be out there for people to realize that, things are getting better, but people with sickle cell are still suffering.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is terrible, but bless your heart,
Mhm.
and you're spreading the word about this, and you've done a book too,
Thank
right?
you. Yes, yes, yes. I'm a writer and journalist. I graduated in I'm living in New York. I graduated here from Baruch College
Mm-hmm.
um, with my degree, bachelor's degree in creative journalism. So I just published a children's book loosely based on my life.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love it. How can people get your book? How can our flexers and good people get your book?
Sure. You can go to it's on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Nobles. Uh, but I tell people go directly to the publisher. It's better that way for me. If you do it that way, you go to bookbaby.com,
Mm-hmm.
bookbaby.com, and just go on their bookstore. Click on their bookstore when you get there, and type in "Guess Who Mama Pooh," and you can order it from there, bookbaby.com.
Wow, I definitely want to get one. I thought it was just the cutest thing when I saw the cover and the little girl sitting there.
Um,
Yes, I loved it. I can't wait
yeah.
to order one.
Is it true that the life expectancy for someone with sickle cell used to be only 10 years old all the way up into the 70s?
Yes, definitely, because as I said, I was born in 71,
Hmm.
and that's what my parents was told, that I wouldn't be around to be a teenager. And I have sort of a crazy story, because my mom had told me growing up that people with sickle cell weren't able to have children.
Hmm.
So I grew up never thinking I could have a child. And she really, as I got to become adult, I realized she really told me that, because at that time, like, I wasn't expected to make it to childbearing age. So I guess she just in her own way didn't want me to get hopeful that, that I would be a mom one day, when it was, she
Hmm.
thought it was never in my cards to have children. And my mother went to be with the Lord now, but I used to tease her and rub it in her face, with my grandkids, and she was that happy grandma and happy to see that I did have two children,
Wow, that's
and they're
great.
healthy boys. hmm
Oh,
Okay, so you didn't pass the trait to them, right? They were.
No, that because I do have the disease, they automatically will get the trait from me, but they
Oh,
don't
I
have.
see.
Yeah, they don't have the
so their
disease,
father didn't
Oh,
thankfully.
have
okay.
the trait. Is that how that?
Well, my it's my first son. His dad was tested before, so we knew that he wasn't with the trait. We didn't stay together, and my when I came to have my second son, my ex husband was. Um, this is so weird, because it was my first time dating out of my race, And my ex-husband was born in Sicily,
Hmm.
and he has the trait.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Another stigma is that only Black people can get sickle cell, which is so untrue. And I think because of that, a lot of funding and awareness is like, it's hard to get it out to everyone because, people think it's only a certain set of people that's affected. But I've met people from, like doing this advocacy all around the world, Germany. I've met, been in touch with people from Ireland, a lot of people from uh, the like Greece and Italy are also affected, and the number one growing demographic is the Indian population for sickle cell. It's really going spreading in the Indian population, and but um the number one uh the group that has the most sickle cell patients is Nigeria, which they have the largest population of sickle cell patients in Nigeria.
Wow. Well, when you
Yeah.
said Indian or Indian, are you talking Indian from India or the Native American tribes?
No, Indian from India.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Wow. So
Yes.
people of color.
Yes.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. I
That's
actually just
something
found that out
else.
Celebrities.
myself.
What famous celebrities have sickle cell?
I think Miles
There's
Davis. Oh, I'm sorry.
Miles Davis. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm glad you know that. Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet. Let you guys answer it.
Okay, wait, wait. Miles
This is
Davis,
my test. Mhm.
Lorenz Tate. I
T
think.
Boz.
Yeah,
Mhm.
T-Boz.
Yeah, yeah. Very
Sure.
good,
Yeah.
Giovanni. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
T-Boz. Who else? I think that's those are the top three that I can think of. Right. Oh, of course, how can I forget? Prodigy of Mob Deep.
Right.
Rest in
He
peace, the
passed away.
Prodigy.
Yeah.
Um,
Tiki
yeah,
Barber,
I actually.
football player Tiki
Oh
Barber.
yes, Tiki Barbara and Prodigy. I actually wrote an article. I interviewed him when he was alive. I used to write for the Source magazine, and I interviewed him. And I was so devastated when he passed away because I always wanted people and how he was doing, and I didn't realize, that it was just a sad time for me when he passed away.
Mm,
But he was a great example of someone who talked about his illness, even though it made him vulnerable, of course, especially as a hip hop artist. You don't want to display your weakness for any reason, but he was secure enough to speak out about it.
Okay.
wow. Oh my goodness. I think Stacy, was it one of the Temptations? I think one of the
Yes,
Temptations too.
yes. Oh, I can't think of his name.
Was
Um
it the
Ruffin. Was it Ruffin?
no,
What's his?
no, that's
No.
I want to
the deep
say
voice one, right?
Williams. Oh goodness, it's
I'm
on the
sorry.
tip
Yeah, look,
of
you
my
beat me in the
Paul
test,
Williams.
right?
Paul
I was
Williams.
just trying to
Paul
think.
Yes,
Williams.
yes,
Yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
yes. Totally blew my
Wow.
mind. Yes.
So
Yeah. So, mhm. I'm sorry. Go on.
this is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. So have you done a lot of things I'm quite sure we're towards the end of the month, so we're so late doing this, and apologies on that. But what
No,
have you
much
done?
appreciated
What have you done
for this.
yeah, for this month?
Well, sickle cell September is very. It's a great month for people in the sickle cell community because we get the, spotlight like we normally don't. But I try to stay more connected with my other sickle cell warriors. We kind of thankfully, I have a Facebook group. It's called the Sickle Cell Unity. The
Mm-hmm.
Sickle Cell Warriors Unity Group, and it was inherited to me by another young lady, a good friend of mine who passed away from the illness. So she kind of left it to me and told me to take care of that group. And so we put a lot of articles out on the on my group. I also did it, and I'm interviewing with you guys, which way that is just huge that I'm talking to the three of you guys, and
Yeah.
yeah. I interviewed with the Amsterdam News. You can find two articles I have in the Amsterdam News. So I do a
Okay.
lot of media this month and going out as well. Speaking to people like medical staff to inform them, because there's so many people that work in the hospitals that really don't have any clue about sickle cell, and it's really sad at 2024 that you still run into that. But I do have people when I go in a hospital that work like nurses and so forth that tell me how much awareness is needed
Right.
within the hospital itself,
Yeah.
because I hear over and over again from doctors that graduated med school, they say that sickle cell is not like even a paragraph that they're taught in med
Really?
school,
Are you serious?
which is, I'm dead
That is
sorry
like,
for the pun, no pun intended, but I very serious. There's so much lack of education in a medical, unless that is your focus of study, or
mm,
hematology, which is the study of the blood.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
A lot of doctors graduate. That's why I tell you with the trait, it's still being spread false information that you're not, you have nothing to worry about with the trait. Now, the things that I told you that the trait is capable of, we don't want people worried, but we want people informed.
Right.
And, information creates power. You want it to be proactive instead of reactive.
Right. Right.
So, just, yes, just that right there. I try my best when I do go out and I speak to some graduating medical students, and try to influence them in any way I can to think about studying the field of sickle cell, because we need more doctors in that area.
Wow. I'm just
Definitely.
completely blown away by what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
did not know
Also,
that.
blood transfusions too. Blood transfusions. People with sickle cell. Uh, I'm on a therapy right now. I have to go They just boost it up to every 4 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
I go to get what's called an exchange blood transfusion. So every 4 weeks, I have to go and get a blood transfusion. But it's called an exchange transfusion, and what that is they remove the bad, unhealthy sickle cells from my body,
Mm-hmm.
and they replace it. They replace the bad cells with donated healthy cells. So that's been keeping me out the hospital. I've been on this treatment maybe about 7, 8 years now. And before I was on it, I was in a hospital anywhere from 4 to 7 times a year. I was being hospitalized. That was my peak. Like, I don't know what was going on with me, but I was having a lot of bad symptoms from the disease. And my doctor said, you can't continue like this, So he put me on this therapy, exchange blood transfusions, and it's now I'm only hospitalized maybe once or twice a year. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll take that from. So that's, and I'm also a spokesperson, one of the spokespeople for the New York Blood Center here in New York,
Okay.
where I go out and I teach people the importance of donating blood, especially for minority donors,
Right.
because in certain situations, you can only receive blood from someone from your own ethnicity. Excuse me.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm getting tongue twisted. Sorry. Ethnicity. So if there's no, we're at the bottom for donors, African Americans,
Hmm.
and some people that are in need of another person from their own culture, they can't get treatment because there's nothing to pull from. Nobody's don't a lot of African American people, we have so much trauma from medical, just abuse of us in the medical system, that people are a little leery sometimes to go saying, I'm
Mhm.
sign me up for this, or for any type of new treatments or and stuff like that.
Right.
So I try to get the word out as well to let people know that we need people to donate blood.
Well,
Oh
I'm
wow.
definitely a blood donor. I donate my
Oh,
blood
thank you.
often. I
God
actually,
bless. God bless.
yeah, my daughter, she my daughter is a nurse, and she got me into that, but I do
Oh,
do that regularly. Um but
oh, wow.
yes, so I'm glad that it's
Hmm.
going to good use, you know. So
Yeah,
that makes me
yeah.
really happy. Hmm.
Yes, and it makes a difference when I go out and speak to people, for them to actually see the person that's receiving the blood. So you just, you make a connection, because people don't want to just, I think it helps when they see like who's actually receiving the blood.
Right.
And with the blood center, my face is on all of their blood drive materials. I'm on the back of the blood trucks here in New York. Well, actually, and the tri-state. I'm I'm on over 300 trucks and other vehicles within the tri-state area. So,
That's
What? That's my
amazing.
um,
Stacy boy.
yes.
Wow.
I have a question, Stacy, though, but like, okay, so let's just say me. Um,
Sure.
what if I have sickle cell, but I don't know it? Like, what are some things that would be red flags for me to look out for?
Okay. Well, if you have sickle cell, I mean, I've heard some weird cases where people did find out in adulthood, but it's usually found out, usually going to go into like a crisis when you're a baby, which is the painful episodes. You can look out, extreme pain, swelling in areas like your joints, exertion, chronic fatigue is another thing that is constantly, um, I'm constantly fighting this every day, the chronic fatigue. Uh, but to find out if you do think you may have it, because in the U.S., it's required, I think, in most states now, all states, at birth, they have the newborn screening for sickle cell.
Okay.
So years ago, that wasn't the case. So now we are better at that. But then you have people that come in from other countries and stuff that may not have been screened. So,
Right.
you can't, yeah, judge just on that. But
Mhm.
if you do want to know, to find out, you go and just, it's a simple blood test that they can do. It's called uh electrophoresis.
Okay.
Electrophoresis. I can yeah. And just ask them to do the screening for the sickle cell blood test. And they should, and that'll let you know off the bat if you have sickle cell or the trait as well.
And it is interesting
Yeah.
that you said that because I deal with chronic fatigue. Chronic, I don't know if I can call it chronic. I'm fatigued all the time. I'm just pushing through all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
my 20s. I think I might have been like 27, 28. And I was like, gosh, why am I tired all the time? Well, I found out that I have an underactive thyroid. So I have Hashimoto's disease. So
Oh wow, my niece has that.
yeah.
Mm.
And it's interesting because
Yeah.
that's like, I only have the fatigue, I don't have the other symptoms. You know what I mean? And
Oh.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so it's
Wow.
like, I
Yeah.
know it's so interesting, how
Oh,
these things work.
it is. And I mean, this is on another subject, off the topic, but her, with that illness, that's an autoimmune illness.
Yes.
My niece has that. I don't know if you have the same thing, but she's not able to sweat, to produce sweat. Is that your case too, or because it
Um,
affects your thyroids, right? It affects your thyroid.
Yes, it affects your thyroid. Um,
Hmm.
so I produce sweat because I was sweating my butt
You do.
off in Tulum for my
Okay.
50th birthday. I produced the sweat, but
Okay.
there's no goiter or anything like that. And goiter is just like a big word for an enlarged thyroid. So my thyroid
Okay.
has been not getting bigger. It does have like a couple nodules on it, but
Mm-hmm.
they have not
Uh-huh.
grown or anything like that. So I have to keep a very close eye on that because my mother, God rest her soul, she had thyroid
Wow.
cancer. So I have to, keep
Oh,
a magnifying glass on mine. But yeah, I have Hashimoto's disease, and I have a good friend that
mm,
has it. And oh my goodness, it just bless his heart because he goes through it. But I don't experience
wow.
anything except for the fatigue, and like my metabolism is so low. You know what I mean? It's like I don't
Mm.
have one,
Hmm. Yes.
so
Wow. Hers as well. My niece, that's a big symptom she has as well with her metabolism. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. It's so many things that plagues our community with
Mm-hmm.
health and wellness.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yes.
And yeah, fatigue is really difficult, I say, because with pain you could tell people, okay, I'm having pain. But just the fatigue is like hard to get people to understand and empathize, I find sometimes, because they're like, okay, what are you tired from? What did you
Right.
do? Like, to get tired. But I empathize with you because I know it's not easy. Like, it's easy to be judged too because people think like, oh, she's just lazy or she's
Right.
just, but you know, uh, I'm a go getter, so I just don't fall for life. To me, one of the things from growing up with a chronic illness, I take every second is precious. So,
Right.
um, yeah, I don't believe in just dwindling time, but you can get those stigmas out there, and to make people think otherwise.
Right.
I also
Yeah.
just recently found out vitamin D deficiency is linked to a lot of those issues with Black people, especially, because
Hmm.
the more melanated you are, the less vitamin D you get from the sun. So the rest of you need to supplement, and it's linked to fatigue. It's linked to a lot of health problems that we didn't even know was linked to that. So
Mm.
more than likely, you
Hmm.
go to the doctor, get a blood test. More than likely, you're going to be vitamin D deficient if you're not out in the sun all day long.
I am vitamin
Hmm.
D
That's true.
deficient. I have to take
Me as
prescriptions with
well.
vitamin
Hmm.
D.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah. I mean,
Yes.
we have to do whatever we have to do to bring awareness to all this stuff, and so that we can just be
Yes.
as healthy as we can be with whatever we have. You know what I mean? It's just so
Mm-hmm.
sad that wow, I was really shocked when you said like it's just a few sentences for some that go to school to become a doctor. That was
Yes. Hmm.
really shocking. I can't believe it.
Yes.
Wow. We got to do better with that. We need
Hmm.
to advocate for more sickle cell research and learning within medical school. They need to
Yes.
rewrite the textbooks or whatever they're learning from. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I agree. I definitely agree.
You
And
check it
And
out on the
that,
internet.
I say that too
yeah.
because my mother, she died from Huntington's disease. It's a rare
Mm.
disease. It's neurological. There's no cure for
Mm.
it. But, you don't hear a lot about Huntington's, but, it's out there. There needs to be, they talk about it a little bit more now. But My mom actually, she was one of the few that actually died from Huntington's disease because usually
Wow.
you have a slip and fall or you get pneumonia, something like that. But she was so well taken care of by her brother, she actually succumbed to the disease. And so, there's just so much
Mm.
that we need to do just to, educate further,
Yes,
because
yes.
Mhm.
sometimes
Hmm.
people just don't even know how to research this stuff. They just don't have the know-how. You know what I mean? So,
That's so true.
and that's what's
That's
so
that's why I
unfortunate.
appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys having this platform and to speak about it. Every little bit helps, and this is just reaching a lot of people. So it starts like I tell people, little by little. You don't have to do such a grand announcement at all the time. I mean, that would be
Right.
great if we could get like a great announcement out, but it helps because even advocating sometimes it's not always easy to get out to advocate. And I tell people it's a person's choice if they want to advocate, because sometimes people will be like, oh well, this person has this illness and they're not doing enough, and then not everybody want to talk about it. It's certain
Yeah.
days I don't even want to know what sickle cell is. I don't want to
Right.
hear sickle cell,
Yeah.
Right.
I
So
understand.
yeah,
I understand
but
completely.
but then you realize like your story is encouraging others, so it's not in void. It's not in vain. To
Right.
get the word out.
Yes, and we will definitely assist on doing that. Wow,
We are so proud of
amazing.
you, Stacey.
Yeah, Stacy's
Oh,
dope.
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I was talking to Zoe when I spoke to him. I was like, oh my gosh, Giovanni, she's so sweet. I was like, oh my gosh. And she just was just so down to earth. I feel like
Oh, thank
I've known
you.
you for like a while. It's so
Oh, that's
sweet.
so
I
And
appreciate
sweet.
Zoe has Flemish-Michigonia disease. Yeah, so we
Flemish.
gotta we gotta we, we gotta find a
Michigan.
cure for that. He's from
it.
Flint,
What is
Michigan.
Well,
Flint, Michigan.
that's why I'm,
He
that's why
got
I'm
Flint, Michigan
gone. I'm
disease.
gone. Yeah, mission gone.
Flint, Michigonia.
Yeah,
Leave
I'm
him
gone.
alone.
David is
That's a
so
good sounding
silly.
disease, though. It is Flint,
It
Michigonia.
is. Well, it is if you get stuck. Yeah.
Right. If you drink the water,
Is
you
this
get
a
Flint,
real thing
Michigonia.
or is David making
Yeah,
this
get
up?
Michigonia.
I can't.
Yep. So yeah,
Silly.
yeah, we have fun. We have fun. It's all
But
in.
laughter is the best medicine.
That's right. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Me and Giovanni, I put it on Facebook. Me and her
Mhm.
laugh all day. It's like a job. It's
Yes.
like,
I
well, baby,
read one of the posts you
it's
said.
7 p.m. It's time to start laughing. It just doesn't
Well,
make
I
sense.
like how you
Yes.
started with the LL Cool J song. That represents New York and Michigan right there.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's true.
Eminem.
That's true.
Yeah,
See,
that
Mm.
song is dope
Eminem
too.
and LL. Yeah.
yeah.
Good
So
old
yeah.
Yeah.
Eminem.
So yeah, Stay. So we definitely got to have you back on. At some point.
Yes.
And
Oh, appreciate it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I definitely, we'll be in touch anyway forever because we're more like family. But
Okay. Can I leave? Can I drop a couple of things before I leave?
yeah,
I
for
just want
sure.
to tell
Sure.
people, go sign up if you can, donate blood, get my book, go out there. Don't forget about sickle cell. I tell people around the holidays, charitable times, sickle cell organizations are in need for donations like cancer and the rest of the illnesses out there. So don't forget about sickle cell. That's it.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Yes.
So well, you heard it here.
Hmm.
That was my buddy Stacy. And
Thanks.
like I said, we go way back to the. We go back before Three's Company, before Different Strokes. But yeah, like when all of that
Yeah.
stuff was.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's how far we go back. So, got nothing but love for you. You're more like family. So
Yes.
it's like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because Flay, her nephew Flay, which is,
Hmm.
Flay's a year older than Stacy, right? Stace.
Yes. And
So
he's
yeah,
my nephew. Yeah.
so me and Flay were best friends growing when we were kids. We were best
Yes.
friends. It used to be me, Flay, and Archie. You know, we used to hang out all the time.
Archie.
Yep, the Three Stooges.
Archie's doing good too.
Is he?
Yeah, Archie's doing well. Yes, he is.
Nice,
He's doing
nice.
great.
That's good. That's good.
He's a businessman.
Well, look at that. Look at that. I'm the only failure from Corona. Ain't that something? Everybody's
Please,
doing good.
I'm proud of you, David. Let me tell you how proud I'm proud of you, David.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're doing really well, and I like this I like the tag team, Giovanni and David, and the flex, and I just I feel so comfortable talking to you guys, and Giovanni, just sweet as cotton candy.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Till she be getting me in the headlock after the show, be like, "Come here."
You probably deserve it,
right?
You know him. You know.
Man, so yeah, so
yes.
All right, so well, that was it. So you've heard once again from Stacey, man, and you know she talked about sickle cell. She enlightened us. I'm pretty sure she enlightened a lot of you. You know, so make sure you know you get that book. And if you're from the streets, yo, cop that book, son. Get that book, man, for real. Because
Guess who, Mama Pooh?
That's right. Yep, definitely. So Stacey, you know, once again, we love you, and we definitely will have you back on the show. You know, in the very near future. You know, Zoe will be in contact with you.
Thank you.
And just you know, make sure you stay in touch, man. We appreciate the support too. So, yep. But
definitely.
Yeah, so that was our show. Once again, this is your man, David L. David. I am here together with my co-host. That is Giovanni Jackson of them Jacksons and my man Zoe. And we were chatting it up with Stacey. She hates it when so I looked, you had to see me as I looked back at her as I said it. Yep, Jacksons. Yep.
Oh, gosh.
It's the Flex Radio. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't
forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Hit that follow button to be notified when new episodes are released.
Choose your platform.
Listen to us on Amazon Music,
YouTube Podcast,
Apple Podcasts,
iHeartRadio,
and Spotify.
The interview sessions
on the Flex Radio.
Ranked 66 out of more than 2.5 million other podcasts.
Tune in directly.
Download the Flex Radio app today.